What's up, guys? Or welcome back to my channel. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, today we're gonna get into the death of John Lennon. If you guys don't know who John Lennon is, he was a band member, I think, of the Beatles. I don't know anything about John Lennon, like dead ass, except for the number 9. What I do know, what he's already said, is that he basically told his death in his music. So I don't really listen to the Beatles, but I do listen to the Bee Gees, like 70s. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this reading is a little bit better because I don't plan on fucking yelling in here. But like I always say, I'm already channeled with the spirit by the time I start the reading. So whatever they say is what they say. So we're gonna tap into John Lennon's murder. I've already heard like mosh pit, so I don't know if the band like got involved in mosh pits and stuff. I know John is like introverted, like he's really cool, laid back kind of guy. I know Elvis did not like John Lennon and tried to deport him, so I know that he's not American. But I did hear Russian spy. I don't know what that has to do with anything, if it has to do with anything. And I think the story goes he was murdered by a crazed fan. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't do any research on this. Like, I don't really know anything about him. I don't know how old he was when he died. I think he died in New York City, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. I do cuss on my channel, so if you're easily offended, just, you know, exit to the left. But apparently he was murdered outside of his apartment. From what I remember, like I only know bits and pieces to his life and his story, which ought to make this reading really interesting because I have to completely and fully trust spirit on everything that they say. So what you get is what you get. Let's get into this. So I'm shuffling all my cards, you know what I'm saying? I think I used 2 oracles and my regular deck, if I'm not mistaken, because like I said, I just pull the cards like I'm told what decks I should use, and then I just pull the cards and then we go over them together. So this ought to be really interesting. It's kind of like, see, probably this stuff was probably involved in history or some shit, and I mean they didn't teach me this shit in school, but anyway, let's see what he says. I was just random as shit. I also did hear a call, but that's normal to me basically at this point. I mean, that could be Hollywood or it could just be, you know, spiritually. I can't point that out right now. First card out, you got Skippy. Misuse of power, manipulation, inner truth. So he knew truth about something. There was somebody trying to manipulate him that had higher power, which to me is Hollywood. I'm also hearing British government. I don't know where they were from, but maybe they were from Britain or like the UK. Bruh, I'm legit picking up government heavy and I do not like that shit. Keep in mind, I do have control over this whole fucking reading and everything is alleged, and I'm not gonna let, you know, spirit run shit. Like, it's not about to get out of control up in here today. Maybe. Hopefully. He's saying regardless of the seriousness, let's keep it 70s style. Fun and hip. So there was fake people with power around him. There was secrets being kept. I'm just seeing him like walk, like he has like this groove about him. I guess he's walking with his bands, but he doesn't see this coming. I definitely don't see him knowing it. Breakups, disharmony, distrust. There could be a woman involved. He could be in love with someone or was in love with somebody. I'm hearing it hurt my heart. As tough and cool as he came off on the outside, I definitely see that he had a big heart and he was easily hurt. United love again, so this has to be a woman. It's definitely a love interest. Maybe she was American because I know that they were not from America, and I don't know if they had citizenship here, and maybe he had to skip out and leave the country. I don't know, but I definitely for sure feel a heartbreak. Whatever it wasn't going anywhere basically, and then you got not. Overwhelmed, defensive, paranoia, struggling to get past this. Let's see what this has to do with, because I'm picking up heartbreak, but I'm seeing other shit. Like, he has a lot of shit on his back, basically. I'm definitely seeing him crying, like he's trying to suck it up, like he's tough, but he just has a soft heart, and that's okay. Some people are just like that. There's nothing wrong with having feelings. Definitely heartbreaking, like, and I'm seeing his bandmates like try to console him. I don't know if someone died. If not, he definitely felt like it though. One-sided situations, unpaid debt. Alright, I'm really trying not to tap into dark energy, but okay, so with the unpaid debt, I'm seeing it's like money he owes, he has to pay the devil back. You know how this shit goes. They're going to crucify me. Conflict, avoiding, tension. So there was a lot of tension in this I want to say contract. It's something like that, a life contract. He signed his soul away. So around this time, he basically really wasn't himself anymore because there was all this tension. There was shit on his back to where I see like wanting to forgive himself, like he regrets something. With all the money in the world, he still wasn't happy. It's like he knew he had all of this stuff, but he wasn't thankful. There's a difference between being spoiled and working for what you have and being thankful for it. He's also saying at a point in his life, he felt like being a part of this band, being a Beatle was like a wish come true, and he was very grateful at one point in time. Then you got Booyah. I'm definitely picking up a feeling, like a real high feeling of him just being proud of himself, feeling on top of the world. I'm hearing you are my beautiful girl. So I don't know if he said this about his music, if he said that in his music, or if it was about a woman. Like, I definitely know he was in love with a woman at some point in his life, for sure. Whoever she is, he still loves her. He never stopped loving her. Movement, fast-paced change. Were the Beatles involved in the hippie movement? Because I'm definitely picking that up, the movement, like, and this drew a lot of attention to the media. I'm seeing riots, I'm seeing people march in the streets. Elvis, he's saying John Lennon is a threat, and I'm pretty sure he's on TV saying this. He's talking to the president of the United States. Let's just put it this way, like, they were both like two of the coolest men in the world, but they were not the same at all, and Elvis definitely did not like him. Now Elvis needs to leave the building and get his ass up out of this reading though. Come on, be happy. I don't know if that's a Beatles song, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing speed, LSD. So people were like high as shit, like just, man, life was just good. Let's just say that life was just nothing like it is now. Inner feelings, moodiness, non-compassionate to self, being on edge. I'm seeing that. I don't know if it's somebody doing it to him or him doing it to someone else, and I think it's him doing it to someone else. Like, he's just agitated, and Adderall will make you agitated, but I'm picking up like he was just tired, like he needed a break. Like, this is when the Beatles were like really popular and he was burnt out, and everybody knows LSD, drugs and shit, like, it takes a toll on you after a while. And introverts definitely need their space. They get annoyed very easily. I'm seeing him on stage, and it is in like black and white, and I keep hearing that song, come on, get happy. But he's saying that he had to perform and he was not happy. And then you have the hoochie. What does the hoochie represent? Them, what do you call them, girls? Groupies. I'm definitely seeing he was like a really smart person, and he would just like think and come up with like conclusions and stuff. Like, he wasn't dumb at all. I definitely see him thinking. He's saying I would try to have intellectual conversation with these dumb chicks. Their brains, we were just totally on a different wavelength. I could not get through to them. Airhead, the drugs go to their heads. So he definitely was like tired of this lifestyle, and he felt like he had no one to talk to because everybody he would talk to was basically not on his mind, like, level of thinking. And trust me, that shit totally resonates. Again, someone out here is fake as fuck, and I'm picking up he was talking to someone or trusted someone that was fake as fuck. A listening ear is always a running mouth. Go and catch that shit. Okay, I'm picking up like it was easy to clean up the truth with lies because most of these chicks were dumb out of their mind. Things are getting chaotic, they're getting out of control, money being lost, there's losses out here and it's heavy. The industry is not happy, I don't know what's going on. He's also saying he was always betrayed by people he really cared about. I'm definitely seeing the band sit down in disappointment, like there was something going on and they were like at loss for words, basically frustrated. He's saying something like from behind the scenes. I'm seeing fans screaming, I'm seeing people march in the street, I'm just picking up just a lot of chaos. People loved the Beatles, like they wanted to work with them. They wanted to have them like featured in shows. They were like really big at the time. Just want to say shout out to Ramblin' Mike Taro. If you guys don't know who that is, definitely go check him out if you like 70s vibes. Like that's the fucking place right there. Bruh, not even gonna lie, I looked at the top of this card and I was trying to read it since it's upside down and I read the stage, but it's justice in reverse. Dishonesty, unfairness, lack of accountability. I don't know who was doing what. I don't know if it was the band members against each other or management, but it has something to do with being on stage, shows. They were loved all over the world pretty much, but basically they were most popular in America. I'm saying like Americans loved the Beatles, especially John Lennon for some reason. I'm seeing accomplishments and I'm seeing travel. So they traveled to all the states in America pretty much. Like they're loved. Like people can't get enough of them. Definitely seeing flights, private jets, cameras, pictures, smiling, autograph signings. The high priestess, higher knowledge. He was a divine being, a designer. I don't think he was a designer, but I don't know. Maybe that's something that he liked to do or he thought about doing. But he was a divine being, so his gifts were heaven sent. Now I'm picking up Versace. Was Versace John Lennon reincarnated? It's like, I don't even know if they lived around this. I don't know none of that. Let me just shut up. Let me just continue this, you know what I'm saying? That's just random as fuck. Okay, so I'm seeing wanting to cut ties. I don't know if he wanted to cut ties with the band, if he ever went out and he had his own albums and he wasn't part of the Beatles anymore. I don't know, but I know that he wanted to cut people out of his life that were not good for his life anymore. You're totally bugging and people didn't take too kind to that. I'm picking up deranged fan. Bitch, you a whole ass fan. Alright, now I'm hearing fight for the right to party. Like, obviously, you know, they took the 70s in the hippie movement and partying and LSD, like, hardcore, straight to the heart. And whoever this was like, distraught. I don't know the words to that song, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that song. John Lennon was a perfectionist, and at this time, he was just bored with this shit. He was bored with his life. He wanted to do something else. What's this? What's this? There's something in the air. John Lennon was much like Jack Skellington, my favorite. Much like Jack, perfectionist, fall from grace. He had a certain, you know, he looked at himself a certain way and he had a certain mindset of what success for him was. Curiosity, the endless possibilities. Jack Skellington again. Like, bro, I'm picking up Jack Skellington so heavy. Like, I wonder if Tim Burton got Jack's character from John Lennon. I guess we'll never know. I already picked up immature thinking, like not thinking outside of the box, lack mentality, lack mindset. So he was basically attracting poverty and losing money because of how he was thinking. Jack, the Pumpkin King. I grow so tired of the same old thing. Deep-seated fear, secrets, wanting to release, like, just didn't want to fucking worry about shit anymore. Basically, he was trying to break the negative habit of, you know, thinking negatively. And then you have Night Song. It's like weird because it's like I always get this with singers. Come on, be happy. So basically right now I'm seeing spiritual warfare, like depression, anxiety, paranoia, just being trapped in his mind, and he wanted to fight it off but couldn't. Like he had everything and he wasn't happy still. Yes, I'm talking to you too, so I hope this scares you. Spirituality, poverty, lost soul, lost mind, body, spirit, and soul. Abuse of position, breakdown, and then you have motherfucking divine feminine. Beauty, abundance, and I just keep seeing that woman. Like, I don't know who this woman is, but he loves her. The lady of my life. Whoever she was, she had his heart. You set my soul on fire. Love, compassion, creativity. Like, he loved this woman, man. That's my shit. Like, I just keep hearing that Michael Jackson song. So this is how he felt about her. The lady of my life. Even though he had her, he still wasn't happy inside though, because you have to love yourself first before you can love someone else. Truly love someone. So this may be a new lady, because I'm seeing him like starting to block her out from being hurt in the past. Like his emotions were getting in the way, his ego. She was his everything though, and he knew that. Like no matter what was going on in his life, she was his rock. She was his best friend, his lover, his confidant. But she kept him alive. He loved her. Like the star, that was his star, his little star in his big world, even though he was the star. Like I said, this dude was one of those people that were like an emotional lover, like that really just shows their feelings. He wore his heart on his sleeve. Then you got eternal love. Like they will not turn this damn Michael Jackson off, so when I'm done I'm gonna have to listen to it. That's my shit though, for real. It'd be so cool if I could actually play that song for the whole fucking reading, but I can't because I'll be copyrighted. Where's the creativity in that? Man, why the hell did this have to pop out like this? Okay, so depression, infidelity, cheating, relationship issues. Your thought. So I'm picking up her cheating on him. He could have been cheating back. They could have been cheating on each other. Chaotic, toxic, karmic relationship. Okay, that was like legit OD. But obviously you guys see the sun is in reverse, which means darkness. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And I don't know why I just emphasized that. Bruh, legit, I just say what the fuck I'm being told. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're offended. Like, that's just me. I just never will. If you feel offended, obviously you're guilty by association. Weighing up options, difficult decisions, wanting to walk away but going back and forth in his head. Chang. I'm hearing hostile environment. One thing I know for sure is this motherfucker liked to smoke weed because my cheeks hurt. Like I've been laughing like that high laugh. You know what I'm saying? If you get fried. Conflicts, disagreements, jealousy, competition, defeat. So this broad was fucking someone and that was his bitch basically, and he couldn't live with that. It's really interesting, like he talks about her so much, like this is a love reading, not a death reading, but spirit talks what the fuck they want to talk about. Alright, I feel like he just pulls himself together, like fuck that bitch for real. I see new career opportunities out here, so it has something to do with music. I think he's saying show on the road. Then you got zombie, ironically, the drugs, the party life. The being on autopilot, because that's what rock stars do, or hippie rock stars, whatever the fuck they were. But it's like really weird because I'm not seeing him with a band. I'm seeing him by himself. And I'm hearing that song, How Deep Is Your Love? He's starting to remember the music life. It's repetitive autopilot. He loved music, the ultimate sacrifice. How deep is your love? Overcommitted, disorganized, burnt out. It was happening all over again. I'm picking up a really dull, heavy, just, zoned out, depressed type of energy. Like life, you're just living just to live. Again, love interest, overwhelmed, defensive, paranoia. He never got over her. And on top of the demands of being like a superstar, like he was burnt out mentally. Restlessness, unfocused, anxiety. Life was just a fucking burden at this point. Frustrated, just fed up. I'm picking up repetitiveness again, like he feels like his entire life was just on repeat autopilot. I just keep hearing how deep is your love, so that's probably something that, you know, he told himself when he would feel ungrateful and just fed up. Like he would just be like, how deep is your love for your music? Like, remember who you are. But just like that, being in a negative mindset about anything in your life and being ungrateful, you attract what the fuck you are. Nothing was going his way in life. Thinking is a process that you must change. You must focus on your own path. Lack mindset, lack reality.